Hi, I'm Joseph O'Connor, and this is another short video on the theme of coaching the brain, first step towards coaching the world. So we're talking about goals, wanting, and what our prefrontal cortex, a part of our brain that's involved in planning, really needs to do in order to achieve our goals. We're talking about inhibition, key skill. Second key skill, time travel. We have the ability to imagine ourselves in the past and in the future, and to look at the past, present and future from any one of those perspectives. It's quite remarkable how we can do this. We can look at the past from the present point of view, even the past from the future point of view, imagining ourselves into the future. We can think, what would my past self think of this? What would my past self do? What resources did I have in the past? We can think about what would my future self do. We can imagine ourselves into a future. Think, what would my future self do now? We can also think about what would my future self think of my past self. Amazing time machine we have in our heads. It's a bit like theory of mind, which is the ability to imagine that other people have different thoughts and feelings and what they might be. And in the same way, we can imagine ourselves having different thoughts and feelings in the past and in the future. So there are kind of two questions that this brings up, two very key, good questions that we can ask about goals when we're planning them. We have a goal, we want something, there's an action plan. We can think, in what future would this action plan work? It's an interesting question. In what future would this action plan work? And then we can start thinking about, well, how can I make that future happen? And incorporate that into the plan. We can ask, what would have to be true in the future for this plan to work? Similar sort of question. We're refining our plan by imagining ourselves in the future and looking back on what we're doing now. There's also, of course, the miracle question, which is a very good question. And it's like, if there was a miracle, if you woke up tomorrow morning and you absolutely achieved your goal in every way, you're completely happy, describe that. What would that be like? It's a very useful question. And all of this planning, planning to get your goal, very much involves creativity. The ability to think of new things, the ability to think of things that are new, not only new, but also work. And creativity is kind of interesting because you can't make yourself creative. You can't sit down, grit your teeth, clench your toes and say, right, now I'm going to be creative. Creativity is kind of like a shy friend that you have to attract and invite into your mind by making your mind a pleasant place which creativity would like to visit, where it would be comfortable. So in the next video we'll talk a bit more about creativity and how you can make your mind a friendly place so that creativity will visit you much more.